Welcome to my channel. Advice for you, Grandma. 99% of men don't do this. Women love it, sounds extreme, maybe, but let me ask you this. How many times have you seen a guy who seems to have it all, yet still struggles to create deep, meaningful connections with women, is not about looks, money, or confidence? The truth is, most men completely overlook certain small, yet powerful gestures that can make them irresistible. And today, I'm about to reveal 7 hidden seeker secrets that women secretly crave but rarely admit. That these aren't the typical dating tips you've heard 100 times. These are subtle psychological triggers backed by both science and ancient Stoic wisdom that can transform the way women perceive you, making you unforgettable without trying too hard. Imagine this. What if you could tap into the subconscious desires that most women don't even realize they have? What if you could effortlessly stand out from 99% of men, not by chasing, not by proving yourself, but by understanding what truly makes a woman feel seen, desired, and emotionally connected? And here's the thing, if you don't know these secrets, you're at a major disadvantage. You could be missing out on building the kind of attraction that keeps are thinking about you long after you've left the room. That's why you need to stay until the end of this video. The final secret is the most powerful one, and once you understand it, you'll never look at attraction the same way again. Before we dive, then do me a favor, if you're serious about mastering these game-changing techniques, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the life-changing insights coming your way. Let's get started with secret number 1. The power of touch before intimacy. 1. The power of touch before intimacy. Picture this: you're on a date, the conversation is flowing. She's laughing and everything seems to be going well, but something feels off. You can sense that the connection isn't quite there. She's engaged but not fully drawn in. You drop her off, send a follow-up text, and then silence. No response. What happened? Most men focus only on words when trying to build attraction. They think a great conversation is enough. But for women, connection is not just verbal. It's physical and emotional, and there's one incredibly underrated way to create that connection touch. Not in a pushy, aggressive way, not in a way that makes her feel uncomfortable, but in a subtle, intentional, and deeply meaningful way. One of the most overlooked gestures that women seek. El crave is a simple, gentle massage before intimacy sounds simple, right? But here's why it's powerful for women. Emotional connection is just as important, if not more, than physical attraction. A well-placed, non-sexual touch communicates so much more than words ever could. It says, I see you, I care about you, I want you to feel safe and comfortable with me. It's not about being a massage therapist or trying to impress her. It's about presence, being in the moment, making her feel relaxed, understood, and desired, not just physically, but emotionally. The key. It's not just about touch itself. It's about the intent behind it. If you're just going through the motions, it won't work. But if you're present, engaged, and actually paying attention to how she responds, she will feel it. Marcos Ellis, one of the greatest Stoic philosopher, just be in the moment and let your actions speak for themselves. Here's the harsh truth. Most men never take the time to understand this concept. That's why they remain part of the 99% who struggle with emotional intimacy. But the men who do, they create deep, lasting connections that women can't forget in a world where most guys rely on instant gratification and surface-level interactions. This kind of thoughtful approach is rare, but when you master it, you become part of the 1%. The men who truly understand what women desire on a deeper level. Now let's secret 2, flirting with confidence and respect. Move on to a secret mirror, or to the art of flirting with respect. Most men misunderstand flirting. They either overdo it, coming across as pushy and desperate, or they hold back too much R's of making a mistake. The truth is, women love flirting, but only when it's done with confidence. Subtlety and respect a man who knows how to flirt effortlessly stands out because he creates an energy that feels exciting without pressure. Flirting isn't about impressing her with false jokes or exaggerated compliments. It's about keeping things playful, light, and engaging. Think of it like a dance. You lead, she follows, but neither of you should feel forced into the movement. The best way to do this is through teasing in a fun, light-hearted way. For example, if she says she loves a certain type of food, you could respond with, "Really, that's the best you've got. Clearly, you've never had my cooking." It's a subtle challenge that keeps the conversation interesting while creating a sense of playful competition, more importantly, good. Flirting isn't about seeking approval the moment you try too hard to impress. You lose your edge, women, and are naturally drawn to men who are comfortable in their own skin, who can joke around without needing validation. This is where Stoic philosophy comes in. A high-value man doesn't flirt to win a woman over. He flirts because he enjoys the interaction itself. He remains emotionally grounded, never desperate for her response beyond words. Eye contact and body language are key. A confident smirk, a slow nod, or a well-timed pause speaks louder than any pickup line. Attraction isn't built through words alone. It's built through presence, energy, and confidence. When you flirt with the right mindset, women feel it instantly. So are you flirting to impress, or are you fleur-hurting because you enjoy the moment? Master this, and you'll see how attraction shifts in your favor. Secret. 3. Why touching her hair at the right moment creates connection. Number 3, the power of touching her hair. Most men completely overlook this, but women love it when a man knows how to touch their hair. When done at the right moment is one of those small, seemingly insignificant gestures that can create an instant emotional connection, but if done wrong, it can feel awkward, forced, or even intrusive. The key lies in understanding why this works. The scalp is one of the most sensitive areas of the body, filled with nerve endings that trigger deep emotional responses. A well-placed, gentle touch on her hair can send subtle yet powerful signals of intimacy, trust, and attraction. It's not just about the physical sensation, it's about the unspoken message it conveys. I see you, I'm present with you, and I'm attuned to your energy, but here's where most men go wrong. They either rush it or do it mechanically without any real connection behind the gesture. Touching her hair isn't about playing with it. Absent-mindedly, it's about creating a moment of closeness. Picture this: you're sitting with her, engaged in conversation, and at just the right moment, you gently brush a strand of hair away from her face. That single action done with intention and confidence can say more than words ever could. Timing is everything. This isn't something you do on a first encounter or before you've built any emotional connection. It works best when she already feels comfortable with you. When there's chemistry and warmth in the air, if she leans in slightly, if she smiles in a way that invites closeness, that's when, the moment is right. The worst thing you can do is force it when she isn't ready, which is why presence and awareness are crucial from a Stoic perspective. This ties back to emotional intelligence and restraint. Stoicism teaches us to read situations without acting on impulse, to remain in control rather than being controlled by desire. This means not reaching out just because you want to, but rather because it's the right moment to create a connection. So the next time you're with a woman and the moment feels right, don't underestimate the power of a simple touch on her hair when done with confidence and intention. It's one of those rare, subtle gestures that make a lasting secret. 4. The subtle power of a hand on her back impacts secret number 4. The hand on her back in public. This might seem like a small, insignificant gesture, but in reality, it speaks volumes. A simple, confident touch on a woman's lower back as you guide her through a crowd or while walking together communicates something profoundly attractive. Leadership, confidence, and protection. And yet, 9% of men either overlook it or hesitate, unsure whether they should do it at all. Women don't need grand displays of masculinity to feel secure. They need subtle, instinctual signals that a man is grounded, present, and capable of leading when you place your hand on her back in a calm, self-assured way. You send a message that you are in control of yourself in the situation without having to say a single word. It's not about dominance or control, but rather about showing her through action that you're there, you're aware, and you're leading with quiet confidence. But here's where most men go wrong. They either hesitate too much, making the moment feel awkward, or they do it in a way that feels forced and unnatural. This isn't about possessiveness, nor is it about seeking validation. It's about presence when done correctly. The touch is light but deliberate, brief but intentional. Just enough for her to feel it and register your presence in a way that feels effortless and natural. Picture this: you're walking side by side, heading toward the entrance of a restaurant. As you step ahead to open the door for her, your hand briefly rests on her lower back, just enough to guide her forward without breaking stride. It's a moment of quiet leadership, a gesture that subconsciously reassures her that she's with a man who moves with confidence and intent. From a stoic perspective, this ties directly into self-mastery and emotional presence. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time." Arguing what a good man should be one an Aeoic man doesn't seek approval for his actions. He simply embodies strength, awareness, and quiet control. When you place your hand on her back, you aren't seeking a reaction. You're simply being a man of presence and leadership, and that alone is magnetic. In a world where many men are either too timid or too overbearing, mastering this simple yet powerful move sets you apart as someone who understands the subtle balance of strength and care. Secret number 5. Be secret. 5 being her protector. In small ways, her hero. The protector, being a protector, doesn't mean saving a woman or acting like her personal bodyguard. Women today are independent, strong, and fully capable of handling their own challenges. But here's the secret. Women still deeply value a man who makes them feel safe. Not in an over-the-top or dramatic way, but through small, consistent actions that show you're emotionally and physically dependable. Most men assume that being protective means stepping in only during big moments, like getting involved in a confrontation or dramatically defending her. But the truth is, it's the little things that build real trust and attraction over time. It's how you respond when someone is rude to her. It's making sure she gets home safely without making it into a big deal. It's standing beside her during awkward moments, offering quiet yet undeniable support. Women notice and appreciate these small acts of reliability. A man who stays calm under pressure, handles situations with composure, and offers steady presence, not control, makes her feel truly at ease. In a world full of uncertainty, stability is rare and incredibly attractive. But let's be clear, being a protector doesn't mean taking over or making her feel like she can't handle things. It means you're someone she can rely on when it matters. A man who stays cool, doesn't make a scene, and knows when to step up. That's real strength. This is where Stoic philosophy becomes powerful. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. A Stoic man is emotionally steady. He doesn't react out of fear or insecurity. He observes, thinks, and responds with calm confidence. And that kind of presence puts people at ease, especially women. When you carry this calm, grounded energy, you stand out from the 99% of men who either overreact or stay passive. You become the kind of man who shows strength through actions, not words. Secret 6. The psychological impact of mentioning a dream. This next insight is subtle but surprisingly powerful. Most men never think to use it, but it can build emotional connection in a unique and lasting way. Mentioning a dream, casually and naturally, suggests that she's been on your mind, even subconsciously. Let's say you're chatting and you casually say, "You know, I had the strangest dream about you last night." Then pause. Let her curiosity grow. 9 times out of 10, she'll ask, "Wait, really? What was it about?" Here's the key. You don't need to make up a dramatic or overly romantic dream. Keep it simple, light, and a little playful. Something like, "I don't remember all of it, but we were sitting in a cafe talking about something deep. It just felt really peaceful." This plants the idea in her mind that there's a natural emotional comfort between you, that she matters to you on a level that isn't forced. A dream feels genuine. It's not a rehearsed line. It's an unconscious moment that makes her wonder, why was I in his dream? This taps into emotional depth and a bit of mystery, 2 things women naturally respond to. A stoic man uses this moment wisely. He doesn't seek attention. He lets natural curiosity do the work. He knows attraction is about creating a pull, not pushing too hard. Secret 7. How a well-groomed beard triggers primal attraction. Facial hair may seem like a simple style choice, but science says otherwise. A well-groomed beard affects how women subconsciously perceive you. Studies show that bearded men are often seen as more strong, mature, and reliable, 3 qualities tied to deep, instinctual attraction. Think about it. In ancient times, warriors, philosophers, and leaders often had beards. Beards symbolize wisdom, strength, and leadership, traits linked to being a dependable man. Even today, a well-maintained beard suggests you're self-assured, disciplined, and confident. But there's a catch. A messy, unkempt beard sends the opposite message. It signals a lack of care. A clean, well-kept beard says, "I take care of myself, and I take pride in how I present myself." This connects with what Marcus Aurelius said. The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. In other words, your outer appearance reflects your inner discipline. A beard, when worn well, can become part of that message, showing you're composed, intentional, and aware of your presence. It also adds contrast, framing your face, enhancing features like your jawline, and making your expressions more defined. This contrast brings a masculine energy that many women find both attractive and comforting. Final thoughts. Applying these secrets naturally. You've now unlocked 7 powerful habits most men overlook, each one designed to help you stand out, not by trying harder, but by being more present, confident, and aware. Let's recap. Being a calm and present protector in small ways, flirting with subtlety and respect, creating emotional chemistry through thoughtful gestures, offering gentle touch that communicates connection, using subtle conversation techniques like dreams to build emotional depth, maintaining your appearance with intention and discipline, living with quiet strength, not control. But here's the most important part. Don't force any of it. Let these habits become part of your character. Let your confidence grow from within, and let your actions speak louder than your words. These aren't tricks. They're signs of self-mastery. And when you carry yourself with purpose, calmness, and control, people, especially women, notice. So now, the choice is yours. Will you be part of the 99% who overlook these powerful habits? Or will you become one of the few men who truly get it? If you're ready to elevate your presence and apply what you've learned, drop a comment and let me know which insight hit home the most. Like, subscribe and stay tuned for more wisdom that will help you grow, not just in relationships, but in every part of life. Stay strong. Stay grounded. This is just the beginning.